Alright. Back for some more Greg Tech. We had some pretty bad storms here. Last stream I ended a little bit earlier than I was planning to because of it. Just in case power went out or something. But it turned out okay. And then last night I played some, and then I actually played some earlier this morning. So, got a few accomplishments to show off. Just figured I would charge back up some of my armor though, and then my jetpack always is going to take a while. So let's show off some of the stuff. So, I went to all the planets in Tier 4. Although I did not actually complete any of these quests because you have to hold things I didn't ever get to hold. Also, I literally found no deep iron, which was kind of a mistake. So, at some point before this is needed for Naquadah alloy, and I think that's the most important thing. So before I do that, I needed that. Yeah, it just says you need that like for the next level of coils, pretty much it seems. The alloy, at least. I set up my ore driller on Venus. It's collecting from... That's good enough, I guess. It's collecting from 2 quantium veins, 2 Naquadah veins. Then the other ones aren't anything that crazy, I think. Just kind of normal stuff I've seen before. I upgraded this morning, so I have 40 parallels instead of what I think was 24 maybe, or 16 even, I don't quite remember. Because this was a bottleneck, and now the bottleneck actually seems to be my centrifuge. Because look how many dusts I got in here. Like a lot of impure in that one. Look at that impure and purified dust in here. That is absurd. And this is where my mining pipes went. I think it's a bug. I don't know how this happens, but... Oh, when you retract the mining pipes, it must go in the output. So it's not a bug, that's just what happened. Okay, never mind. That's not a bug. But yeah, I have all this purified dust, and I think the reason is this, not the enriched, but I probably don't really have any. I don't really see it. The Naquadah dust, I guess specifically this one. Can I see it somewhere? Or no? No, it would be from the NOM. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. That's okay. Basically, it just takes 100 some seconds, so it's extremely slow, which is why this one is so behind. I don't think it's that big of a deal now, though. But yeah. So I upgraded this. I also had to change the diode. It was a 4 amp diode going this way. With 2 EV energy hatches, all I did was make it 8 amp diode going this way and this is the only thing on the other side of that diode, and now I don't have power issues, which is kind of weird, but I kind of get it. I don't know. one thing I did is I calculated, hey, how long would it take to get these next coils here for my quad EBF? Well, I need 42 coils, I believe it is. So I need 42 times 8 of these wires. Each of these wires is 1 ingot, and with my current Naquadah production, this is the only way for me to get it. Which would take a pretty damn long time. Even if I use like argon, or I wouldn't even use radon, that's hardly even better. Even if I used argon, it would take a pretty damn long time. And then I don't, it's not really good. I have to use 6,000 of that Naquadah. How much do I have? Well, I have 48,000 now. So technically I could. It's only 6,000 of it. It's one eighth of what I got, you know. But yeah. And then also I was looking down the line of Naquadah. So of like, hey, if I actually process it, then what's the output, right? So the Naquadah line is then what I'm looking at. And the Naquadah line is this stretch here and up, and then over, I guess. So it's all these quests here, pretty much. And then this quest, the next one, I cannot do because I need this neutron activator. But up to there, I can do it. I can recycle everything. I get this fluid. I just can't do anything with that fluid yet. Okay. Well, what do I do? Oh, and adamantium. I've never seen adamantium. That's pretty cool. So I decided I'll start working that way. So I completed this first quest, which is just gathering this renewable chemical right here that is completely recycled in the line between these steps, pretty much. So I just gathered some 32, I think, cells of that, and then I also had to gather some. I'm gathering seed oil right now at my old base, and then and then I still have some ethanol. For that, which I believe is also completely recycled. So yeah, I think the next thing I'm gonna do, like I'm kind of getting at, is the Naquadah line. I don't think I even need LuV energy hatches. I just need to get. Oh, I do not know how to turn this on. What? Okay, well this is an entire different problem, I guess. I didn't realize this is some weird thing. Okay. 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 I didn't realize this was some pain on the ass thing. Interesting. I only need it for that one step, right? Yeah. Well. Okay. Anyway, though, to get the neutron activator, I have to craft it in this precise assembler, which is the multi-block assembler, I guess. So to craft that, I need all of this. and that is insane. Um, oh, there's machine casings down there too on the bottom. I didn't realize that. Machine casing limits the voltage tier it can work on. Gotcha. Um, but I can actually make. What do I need? I need IV tier. IV. Let me just look up machine casing. It would actually almost be easier for me to just make the LuV. I need these anyway because these machine casings actually go into the other block of the structure, which is this. I need machine casings for each 2 of these, I guess. 3 of them. Yeah, so this craft is kind of a mess. I need that machine just to make the neutron activator, which then will be its own entire problem, it seems. Unfortunately. Like, what is some of this stuff, man? Durium, I have Lumium and Signalium. I looked at Lumium earlier. Oh, okay, Signalium's not that bad. But, like, what's going on? Anyway. All that for the neutron activator to get Naquadah out pretty quick. Or I just wait forever for Naquadah to come out from doing the nuggets and then turn all of that into ingots to upgrade my coils, which is really just what I'm trying to do. Also, I think it's cool to note this step right here is where you first introduce the Naquadah oxide mixture, which is like the base, the entrance for it. You mix it with this acid here, and then you get 2 to 4 this titanium stuff, and then 4 that titanium to 1 titanium ingot, and you get, this is where you recycle the hydrofluoric acid in this process. You recycle and get some of it back, but that means then that for each 2 NOM you put in, you get 1 titanium out, and I have 48,000, so this is you know, 24,000 titanium right here technically waiting to be processed. And then there's this enriched that I don't even know how that works, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of worth noting because that's kind of cool. So yeah, for the meantime, let me clean up a little bit up here. Oh, this is also on a monocyte vein because I was getting some of that. And some basanosite there too. But look, I have 5,000 rutile waiting to come through. That's nuts. What is this even doing right now? What the heck? No, it's better. That was weird. So, okay. That's basically where I'm at. Additionally, you can see my power's been red. I think I started the stream around 50%. It's down to 44 now. That's definitely an over-exaggeration looking at this, at the numbers, but, or maybe that's about true. I upgraded my Lapitronic supercapacitor. I actually made these blocks a couple streams ago, just forgot to put them in. So I just have a little bit more storage. I increased it by 50% by doing that upgrade. My power kind of isn't enough when everything's running. Right now my blast furnaces are running. Pretty much Platline's running to about the full degree that it can. And then all these machines in my processing are running. This is running. And then like I said, these are all running. So I'm kind of at full power consumption right now. Like possible pretty much. And I'm actually only barely over how much I'm making, which is actually crazy. But I would like to be making more than I'm using at all times, obviously, so I kind of want more power generation. So right now, my old base, I'm kind of working on some of the parts for my wind generators, which is kind of all this stuff that I got in this chest right here. For these wind generators, the thing with these, I talked about this a couple streams ago, but these wind generators, they're having getting power. It's unreliable in that sometimes they give 0 EU per tick. At other times they give more than 2 amps of whatever tier they are. So this very first one's EV tier, I believe. No. This one's the first one's HV tier. This one's EV tier. Requires 4 of the previous one. This one's what I'm using right now. This is IV tier. It requires 4 of the previous one again, so 16 of the first one. And then the next one's LuV, and interestingly, I can kind of make this. You can see it's Naquadah plates. Iridium alloy casing, which I've looked at all this, so I know I can make all of this pretty much is what I'm getting at. And then similarly for the actual kinetic generator, which this is what gathers the power, I believe I can craft everything here, I'm pretty sure. No, I can't actually. I remember I can't. No. Yeah, never mind. I can't because why? Is it the draconium? I think it is the draconium. This ingot requires IV in there. Yeah, it just requires Naquadah coils. That's the only thing I don't have. That's the only reason I can't make draconium. Actually, unless I can get it molten, can I? Nah, it doesn't look like I can trick it. Yeah, so I need Naquadah coils, or I can just make a bunch more IV and hook them all up. The problem with just making more IV and hooking them up for power is I already have 8 on it, and these frequently create more than 2 amps of power, I would say, or more than 1 amp at least. So it frequently draws 1 point something amps. And then at times it was earlier, they draw 2 amps. So this wire then, or this cable, because there's 8 of these, reasonably draws 16 amps of power, and that it's rated for 16 amps. So either I upgrade this cable or put a diode on it over here or something, and then upgrade it all the way down. Basically, if I upgrade this, it's going to start being annoying. I would rather just grab these and condense these into LuV ones, but I can't because I need the Naquadah coils. And if I had the Naquadah coils, I could easily make everything that I need. So that leaves the question. Do I want my power to kind of be struggling like this for a while? Eventually start becoming annoying? Or not? And I don't really know what to do. Again, I'm not like running out of power, so I think I'm just gonna ignore it, but it's just frustrating because I'm gonna be running my blast furnaces pretty much non-stop from here on, and the blast furnaces take about 20. power. Yeah, legitimately, they take about 120 KU per tick, which is slightly below my maximum, because like right now I'm getting the max power I can possibly be drawing pretty much. So either I also need to be turning on my nitrobenzene at some point or not, but I think I'll just wait to actually upgrade my power until I can get the next tier of wind generators, which again I can get everything in here I think except the draconium. I really can't get that any other way. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me just look up draconium because I know I have some. I have 705 of the dust. You can put it through the blast furnace. I can't do that. Yeah, there's nothing I can do with it. I just have to get the Naquadah coils. And I just mentioned this earlier, but I can get the coils right now if I take 6,000 of this and turn it into nuggets, which is a sixth of what I have, compared to a better ratio of actually doing the processing line. How long would this take? So it would be 60 seconds. I think it would be, or yeah, it would either be 60 seconds or 45, 48 if I did argon for one. Here, I can do the math pretty quick because I remember the numbers. I think I do. Oh shoot, I don't. How much do I need per coil? I thought I just clicked this. I didn't click it. 8. Okay, so I need 42 times 8 ingots. That's how many ingots I need. So I need that many nuggets. So I need that many NOM going through, which is 6,048. So let me divide that by 4. So that's how many times, or that's how many, or no, that's how many for each blast furnace. That's how many for each blast furnace. 15, 12, so divide that by 2. So each blast furnace needs to run 756 times. And then if it takes, the 48 seconds, that's how many seconds. This is how many minutes. This is how many hours. It would take 10.08 hours to get all the Naquadah I need. It would definitely take longer than that to set up the Naquadah line. Huh. Well, what do I do? Technically I could just make enough for one blast furnace. Because I only need a little bit of draconium. Why don't I do that, actually? How much for one blast furnace? I can run that real quick. So each blast furnace has 16 coils on it, so 16 times 8, and then times 9 because I need that many nuggets. So times 2, so I need 2.3 thousand of the Naquadah oxide mixture, which is hardly any. Alright, let's divide the 2 back out, divide that by 4, and then let's just say each process takes 60 seconds because that's more realistic here. I'll divide that back out, divide 60 out again, it would take 5 hours. Or significantly less if I was like running it off of, argon. Or whatever else this can be smelted on. Yeah, argon I guess I would do. Why don't I do that? I think that sounds worth it, kind of. So I need 2,000 of this. So I need a little bit more. About that, probably isn't more than enough. Hey, how you doing, man? I don't remember my exact number I just had. Shoot. I gotta recalculate it. Hang on. 8 times 18. Now that is just not right. Okay, now I'm all confused. Oh my god. Yeah, I need 18. So I need 8 times 18. So then times 9. That's how many processes I need to run. Divide that by 4. Divide that by 60. I mean, technically divide that by 60 and then times 48. So it would take 4.32 hours with argon. And then I totally forgot the number that I was really looking for, though. So it would take 4.3 hours, but then I also want the number of how much NOM I need, which is going to be 8 times 18 times 9 times 2. So I need 2.592 thousand. So I actually need more. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a little bit over. Alright, so right there's the sweet spot. Alright. I've made my tier 4 rocket just recently. And I have an auto ore drilling set up for the first time finally. On another planet. Mining for me. So I'm getting a lot of really cool stuff. And I'm kind of looking at upgrading my power. But I need this draconium to be an ingot. And I can't do that unless I have Naquadah alloy coils. But I can kind of easily get that for just a few hours a here instead of just making the entire Naqline. But I am going to be making the entire Naqline very soon. But for now, I just want to do this probably. I'm only going to make enough coils too for one blast furnace. Just to get the little bit of draconium I need. And then when I need all the... And then by the time I have the Naqline done, that's when I'll actually upgrade all these, probably. Oh, you haven't been playing that much? Yeah. I think I took a break kind of in like early IV, kind of. So I think that's about where you are, right? I think you're about where I was. I'll drop this off. Okay. I need to put argon into all of them. Because I want this to be really fast. I don't want to be waiting. I wonder if it will automatically not use the hydrogen. Or if it will use the nitrogen first. So I'm going to turn off nitrogen. And set each to 2. And there we go. Alright, each takes 48 seconds like I thought. So when this is done, I'll have enough Naquadah to make the coils for one blast furnace, and then cook draconium, which I only need like 30 maybe, I don't know. But cool. Alright, so I got that going. So now it's time to start focusing on my other problems. So although I'm making Naquadah the inefficient way right now, I do actually want to do the processing line. It's just going to take me a long time to kind of get through it. But maybe I can start getting progress through down here, which is mostly just chemicals, and it's only in this step where you actually put in the Naquadah dust right here. But up to there, it's just mixing chemicals together. And then technically I could do this first step too and get all the titanium out and get a lot of titanium. And then I'll just be sitting on this, or now I can even process then the emulsion. Get the solution. And then once I get to this step, I can't do it because I need the neutron activator. And that neutron activator step is this quest right here. And then after that, I kind of have it separated and kind of can do what I want. And then I'm through the Naqline pretty much. Also have the entire netherite line. this tier 2, but yeah, so I finished the first step here offline earlier. I'll just take the sulfuric acid. Doesn't really matter. So I crafted some of this ether earlier. This is recyclable. Completely in this line. It's within these first like 3 steps here. You just get the ether back out. The ether, whatever, however you want to say this. And yeah, you can see 2 steps down, you just completely recycle it through the distillation tower. So, I don't know, I'm kind of... You also put in chlorine. I haven't looked at the antimony number. So I looked at the wiki and it didn't look like there's a page for this like there is the plat line. And the platinum line, there was like infographics that were... I didn't actually use it when I built my plat line over here, but they showed like, hey, this is recyclable, you get all this back. Like, you know, you get all the aqua regia back in the very first step. It showed that. I couldn't find one really for this line, which I would have actually maybe used just as a guide to like know what I get back and what I don't. Because, you know, possibly you would get everything back and you only put in electricity, but no way that's true. But this antimony, you do get out on a future step, so I'm going to look at this real quick. So 1 antimony to 1 of this. To 1 of this. To 1 of this. To 1 of this. So 3 to 3 of this. 3 to 3 of this. So 3 antimony to 2 of this. 3 antimony to 2 of this. So 15 antimony to 10 of this, and then you can see 10 of this to 15 antimony. So antimony is completely recycled, which is great, because that's just one thing I don't have to feed the Naqline with. So I know ether is recycled, I know antimony is. Chlorine is where it starts getting complicated, unfortunately, here. Because it's like 3 chlorine to this, and then you add 2, so now 5 chlorine in this. 5 chlorine in this. There you get out 5,000 hydrochloric acid, so you get your chlorine back in quotation marks and hydrochloric acid. And then like you can see here, if you're looking at the fluoride, you get some back from this step. But then I know here you get this fluorine-rich waste liquid, which you oddly have to put quicklime in. You get a ridiculous amount of, or I guess the quicklime is probably cyclical here too, actually. Doesn't look like it. It's so weird. It's so weird. Let me just try to look at fluorine real quick. So 5,000 hydrofluoric, 6,000. So 6 to 3. So 6 to 2. 6 to 10. So 6 to 9. Or no, 6 to 2. So 30 to 10. So 30 to 9. So 120 to 10. 120 to 10. 120 to this 6 times, basically. 120 to this 6 times. So 360, 120, 120 to 120 of this. So you get back all your fluorine, actually, as well. Is this like completely cyclical then? Even this P507 is 100% recycled. It says you recycle most fluorine, but it doesn't say all. Huh. It's really weird. I'm not sure. And it's just weird too, because then no. You definitely do have to put in sodium hydroxide. That I'm pretty confident about, but I have 207,000 of it, so that's not that bad. So what do I know is recycled? Antimony is 100%. Is chlorine completely? Yes. So because it is completely, that hydrochloric acid I get, I'm just going to electrolyze, steal the hydrogen, send it to my main base. So let me get a sign then, I'm going to write this. So, Naqline, either antimony completely recycled, and then chlorine, electrolyze the HCl to get all of it back to the fluorine. I can't tell. The hydrofluoric acid, I can't tell. Here, you also get some hydrofluoric acid back here too, though. It's so freaking hard to tell, man. I think I'll just do it like my plat line. And so, like, what I have on my plat line, you get back antimony. Antimony might be nearly completely recycled or completely recycled. I'm not sure yet. You get back antimony from palladium. And so it goes into here. What was I saying? I think I was saying ammonia, which is the right. That's what I meant. You get ammonia from palladium processing, I'm pretty sure, and then I think rhodium maybe too. You know what? I think I'm mixed up. This needs ammonia, and then this gives me back some ammonia. But regardless, something here gives me ammonia, and I think it either completely nearly or does completely actually go back. But I just have a super tank here anyway. My main base produces it, and then whatever's produced just goes into here, and this gets used first before it starts digging into my stockpile. So I think I'm going to do a similar thing with Naqline on things like that, and then hydrofluoric acid and stuff, where I'm pretty sure that will be. There is flowcharts. Let me look. I won't be able to. This is always stupid. Oh, I did see a flowchart for it. I totally forgot because I saw this one. Um, Cyclable. Supposedly fluorine's completely recyclable. Well, that's crazy. Okay. So the only thing I'm pretty sure isn't recycled is this sodium hydroxide. Then, um, and I don't care because I have so much of it, and that is very, very, very easy to produce. So, well, I mean, you get salt water back though, anyway, so that's some of it. So I don't care about that then. So if everything else is recycled, let me just click through it one last time. Yep. Yeah. And then from here, you either do it in the ingot really quick. Okay, well then that doesn't look too bad at all. That looks like you can recycle everything, so. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, this is full, man. I have so many ingots. My vacuum freezers really need their energy hatch upgraded or something. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna work on some Naqline then. Um, Today I want to at least get to like this step before maybe the step after I put in the NOM. Then I can only actually do kind of up to this step, because then from here on I need a bunch of crafts that I don't really have done and look very expensive and annoying. So yeah, so let me work down there, and then 2, I'll make sure that stuff I need for my kinetic wind generators is just hopefully still being made and stuff while I do this. Oh, you know what? The nuggets just go straight in here, so my vacuum freezers can actually catch up right now too, so that's good. Okay. And then once I have 144 of this, or whatever it is, I'll be able to make the coils. And I made sure I had a ton of mica, and I have some HSS I can smelt there, so all good on that. So, going down the Naqline. So this is nearly instant. Pretty quick. And then Distillery Tower, which is kinda long. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm pretty much gonna have stainless. So one mistake I've made in the past kind of is not like with Platline, is I didn't really properly space out the large chemical reactors, so there's some that are completely overworked. So like for example, these first 2, this one just does aqua regia and the platinum metallic powder dust, and then that just goes straight into here to kind of do the first like 2 steps here of Platline. And that's fine and dandy, and the only thing I can really do is upgrade the energy hatches or add more that do the same step. But then some, like these 2, these have multiple recipes they each do, but in total it's one block that kind of just works through the whole thing. This up here, like the distillery, just takes a long time compared to everything, not a lot I can do. But then here, like I have everything on this large chemical reactor for some reason. This is one of the first ones I set up when I was trying to save resources and stuff. And I thought that would be kind of be a way to save power, is just let's run everything off of just one of these. But I don't really want to do that this time, so that this can run a little bit quicker, because I'm going to need to upgrade my Platline sooner than I would have wanted to, because of the mistakes I made, pretty much. So maybe let me record. Maybe what I can do first, figure out how much power approximately everything's gonna take, and then I can figure out how many amps of what tier of power I want to send to this. And then I can get that dynamo hatch for my supercapacitor. I can figure out where I want to build this, and then kind of go from there. So why don't I just start with that? So like, I mean, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, question mark, 8, and then kind of 9. So I kind of have 9 EV power there. And then, are you EV power? Yes. Are you EV power? Yes. So I'll say 10. And then I don't care. So 10 amps of EV would be enough to supply the whole thing. The only thing I don't know about is this neutron activator, but it should probably be fine. With 16 amps from EV. And I will not even be using all of that. So I want a dynamo hatch. Can I just craft this? I can. No way. Alright, I'm crafting that. Sweet. So there's an EV 16 amp dynamo hatch. Where do I want to build it? That's the next question, and that I don't know, and I haven't thought about, which I should have thought about before stream. So this down here is all plat line. I can't just throw it here because I will not have enough room. And then these multi-blocks I need, like this thing, is a 5x5, and that's just kind of awkward. I'm kind of thinking I could build it out here and extend this out to these two chunks, and then I can easily build it within those two chunks there. I think that sounds about good. I think I can do that. I don't see why not. I have this right here that has blocks marked off, but that's kind of close to my Lapatronic supercapacitor. I'd rather save that for some kind of power generation that I might have inside at some point. So I think I'll build it there. So I need to actually build this room first, I guess. And my matter manipulator is not at full charge, because I was too lazy to do it. And my actions have consequences. And I'm going to need more blocks and some frog lights. But I can at the very least kind of get this marked out over here. Alright. Well, how do I do this? Like that. Yep. And then 3 over, 4 over, 3 over, and I'm done. Looks perfect. Move sheep. Alright, looks good. Move. Oh my gosh, the sheep, dude. And I killed it. I punched it twice. Okay. There we go. Alright, I look good to build here now. I need my matter, or I need my black stone bricks. Wow, I messed this up. Okay, let me click here first. Oh, and then I don't know how high. So this here's the ceiling. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that looks good. And then this thing is gonna have to charge. Starting to storm again outside. There's just been a lot of storms recently, it seems. And I'm out of EU. So let me charge that. I can't charge in a better... I'm just gonna assume I can't. Okay. Well, I gotta wait for that to charge. While I wait for that to charge, let me take my 16 amp dynamo hatch and maybe try to get this up. Why don't I just get some superconductor wires for this? And I don't have any, but I can craft some. Tungsten steel pipes and helium. Go to my old base and do it here. Alright, cool. Set it to 9. There we go. That will get me some superconductor EV wires. There's some tungsten steel shafts. Let me get this turned to seed oil. Am I good on seed oil? Yes. There's some glowstone I need. I want this on 2. Put that in. Alright. Dump all that in here. Cool. Yeah. And then where to draw my power. Dude. Okay. I couldn't reach it and I got scared it was gonna break. I'm gonna turn off all my machines running right now. Alright. I really need that Tesla tower. Oh well. Alright, what do I need now? Well, actually, EBF. I need more heat proof. Could have just made that an assembler, but whatever. Well, why don't I make it an assembler real quick? Okay. Now large chemical reactors. Don't think I have enough of these. Need a bunch, so I made a bunch. Sweet. And then I need chemically inert. And then I need copper nickel coils, which I'm actually low on, but then I need PTFE pipe casing. Out of PTFE fluid pipes. Well, I can craft some. Okay, I'll craft some. Alright, there's all I need. Each needs a maintenance hatch. That's a problem for a different time right now. Okay. Wow, look at all my mercury core dust and stuff I got. It's kind of crazy. Oh my gosh, I have 1400 tungsten from macerating like Venus blocks that you find there. That's crazy. That's really good. Alright, cool. I can make a ton of HV motors. Alright, there's some superconductor. Is this turned off? Yes, because it's out of tungsten steel fluid pipes. That's okay, I don't care. Okay. Gonna work on this a little bit now. So here's where my power's coming from. Alright. Okay. Alright, and then this is where you finally start to matter. There we go. Alright, I got the cable most of the way there. I actually do kind of need more of that, so why don't I... some of that, and then I need tungsten steel small pipes. And obviously with that I don't really have a lot, or tiny pipes I mean. I really need more of the tungsten steel. I think I have a ton waiting here to come out. That's titanium. But then down here I thought I had a bunch. There's a stack. I mean that's enough, that's all I need. It's just going through all this other stuff first. That's okay, whatever. For the moment. I'm getting my iridium ingots off, that's what matters. Okay. Matter manipulator. And then hopefully I can mostly finish the room, and then I'm going to start kind of laying it out. It's at 63%. Poor sheep. Stuck in the wall. Looks like I'll be able to finish this. Yeah, I'll be able to finish this. Cool. Sweet. Finish placing blocks. Oh, and only 45 left, look at that. Alright, and then I'm gonna go here, because here's my entrance. And then similarly, I think over here, I'll do 1, 2, although there's not. Well, that's kind of secluded over there, but that's okay. Alright. And why don't I charge this matter manipulator so I'm not annoyed about it being out of power later? Alright. So this is gonna be my Naquadah line processing room, I guess. Sounds good. So first step's gonna be just clearing out underneath, as I like to do. Oh, okay. So it should be one more block and it's outside, yep. What's nice about how I designed this base is this also just lights up down here. Although I have night vision on, mobs won't spawn. Which I have monster repellators, but just in case something ever goes wrong. Or there's some block out of range. These are lit up down here, so I'm fine. Alright, I just got mine on this out. Really? Well, I'll have to listen to it not being able to get on my inventory if I'm not here. Actually, there's a thing right here I can just dump it in. Man, I think I'm cursed because it's starting to storm really bad again, right as I'm starting to play this. Alright, almost done. There we go. Grab some superconductor. This is the one I want to use for all my power needs. Just make it clear what I want to do. Nice spline down the middle. There we go. Alright. So there's my power delivery, pretty much. Now it's time to design. So, I have a blast furnace that needs to go here. Possibly multiple, so why don't I just grab blast, or was it heat resistant? Don't ever remember the name because I like never build blast furnaces. I need stainless steel casings and distillation tower. I believe just the one. I do need a centrifuge. I do think I need one for an integral step, don't I? It's a lot of large chemical reactors, distillation, large chemical reactor, large chemical blast, centrifuge for a critical step, yeah. At EV power as well. So I probably do want the multi-block here. I can just use a single block electrolyzer for that probably. Okay. So I do need a centrifuge, so let me get some of those blocks going. What do I need for this? A bunch of stuff. Just got a couple more hundred of them. 792. Oh, that's gonna be in the blast furnace. Well, it looked like I maybe have enough here. And then this. I'm guessing that is also in the blast furnace. Yeah. Let me just get these to plates and then I'll see what I can build for my centrifuge. And then what do I need for the controller? Oops. And just some stuff. I don't have anywhere to craft anything, man. Oh, come on. That can finish. Oh my god. One of you finish. Okay, it's about to finish down here. Come on. There we go. Okay, well, I have a centrifuge as well. So let's mark out where everything needs to go for my Naqline then. So, again, this is the Naqline here in the LuV tier. It pretty much starts with this fluid. Everything here is one step. And then up to this step I can't do. I can't do this step, I mean. And then these are the final things here, which is kind of where I'm outputting it back to my main base probably by then. So let me just do up to here, I think, because this is where the actual Naquadah dust is introduced. And this step right here is where the NOM gets mixed with acid. So let me just work up towards this acid for now. So I'm going to have a large chemical reactor. Into a distillation tower. Into a large chemical reactor, into a large chemical reactor, and then I'm there. So if each thing had its own chemical reactor, that would be 4 chemical reactors and 1 distillation tower. But with how slow that distillation tower step is, I think. So this is nearly instant because it's LV 3 seconds. So this gets overclocked like crazy, so it's going to be less than a second. This will be down to 4.5 seconds. And then this will be, what? Be 15 to 7.5 seconds. So that entire first step can be on 1 LCR and this distillation tower will still be limiting me. So I'm going to have 1 LCR to this distillation tower. And then 2 LCRs. Okay, so that's my first steps. So I'm just going to have 1 chemical reactor. So where to start? I guess I'll start... I mean, I guess I'll just start in this corner. Technically, I should do it... Well, I'll just do it there. You can put that coil on any side, it just has to be adjacent to the PTFE. And then where do I put the maintenance? On the bottom is usually what I standardize do, except for that one over there, which I put in the middle for some reason, so let me just break that again. Energy hatch will be like here. Okay. I don't have the hatches with me yet, but I'll get them in a minute. And then I'll just have the distillation tower on top of this. This will be like an input and an output. And then this will be... Well, that won't quite work. I'll have pipes on the back or something. Yeah, I'll just have pipes on the back. Let me look at the distillation tower step. So the other comes out of the first output, which means it comes out on this tier here. So I specifically want that one to come out, because then I'll pipe it in to this block. But then the other one is what needs to be passed on. This antimony pentachloride needs to be passed on to the next chemical reactor, so that just needs to go into my applied energistics subnet that I'm going to end up building over here. So that can just come out of a output that will be on that block. So I only need that. Alright, so that's my general design with some slots. Some more of these blocks will have to be broken for things I need. Like I need a maintenance hatch. I'll put the maintenance hatch here. Okay. So that's the first step. So then it's gonna go. So now I have this antimony pentachloride. So this takes, 10, 5, 2.5 seconds. What did I even say? I don't remember. 2.5 seconds. And then this takes ridiculously long. So if I can, I kind of want 2 large chemical reactors doing that one. Sorta. Because then the next step's going to be quick too. Oh, this one's going to be long. I'll just have 1 per recipe. I'll just stick with it. It might be a wrong move. I'm just going to do that though. And then this one's going to look a little bit different. I'm going to put the coil there. Because they can wall share the coil. Save me. Cooper nickel coil. Which, who cares really at the end of the day, but. And then down here, energy hatch there, energy hatch there, and we're done there. Technically, I can stack another one on top of this one, crazily enough, like that, and then just put another thing like there. That looks absurd. That works. I haven't done that anywhere in my base. I don't think I'm gonna do it here. So it doesn't really flow. So now I'm at this step, and then this is gonna go into a blast furnace. Then a centrifuge. Yeah, then it gets messy. And then this titanium trifluoride I get as a byproduct also needs to just go straight into a blast furnace. I think I could put this into the same blast furnace, right? I definitely should, actually. Because these other recipes are going to be my limiting thing. So I can just have 1 blast furnace doing this. And I only need nichrome things. So what all do I need? So I have an LCR for this, I have an LCR for this. So blast furnace with 2 steps in it, and then a centrifuge above it or something. It can't be above it, actually. So I guess centrifuge below it, and then blast furnace here. It can't be above it because the muffler hatch has to be on top and not be obstructed. Alright, so I'll do that. I'll build out that blast furnace when I actually have my input and output blocks here in a minute. So now we get this centrifuged out. That antimony gets sent to one of these large chemical reactors. The Naquadah solution. Oh, that is a very long recipe. Oh, but that's multiple of these processes though, so it's not a big deal. Like this process has to repeat multiple times, that this actually won't be a big deal at all. But once I collect all of that, it goes into my large chemical reactor, where then I do this step where I can't go any further, right? Yeah, so let me just make sure again. I centrifuge it, one chemical reactor, and then I can't do anything else with it. Okay. And then with this fluorine rich stuff, large chemical reactor, this can be independently electrolyzed. And then this needs a distillation tower. And I think I actually want to do this. Probably. So centrifuge done. So chemical reactor, I'm collecting for now. LCR, so chemical reactor, a distillation tower. Okay. And then on the back of them, and then they share. And then here's an energy hatch. And there's an energy hatch. Okay. And then I need another distillation tower for byproducts. That actually maybe just goes like here. Because I don't really know about that. I'm not going to worry about a multi-block electrolyzer. I don't think it's necessary. I didn't even look at this. That's just for power, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay. So I think I'm good. Then I just need input outputs, energy hatches, etc. So energy hatch. Good news, actually, surprisingly. I have a bunch. I need inputs. And I have a bunch of that because I crafted a bunch, so I knew that. Cool. I have 322 nuggets of Naquadah right now that I've been crafting. I calculated that this would take about 4 hours. I'm curious, it did use the nitrogen. Interesting. 800. I've gone through about 800-ish. So I'm about a third done with that since I set that up a little while ago. Just so I know how much longer I gotta wait on that. I don't have maintenance hatches. Really, I need to craft some more, so I'll just wait on that for a minute. Let me get the energy hatches down, though. Why is that there? Oh, because that's gonna be a... Well, I need an energy hatch here, though. me do that there then. So I'm going to have an output here, and then an input here. This will just be that, because this is just going to be power going up through this block. And then I'll have a pipe putting the other chemical from here and back down into this chemical reactor that handles all that. Then here the input and output will meet. Oh, that's going to be the maintenance hatch. Okay. What's going on here? I don't remember why that has a gap, but I need energy hatches here. I'm going to need an energy hatch here, and here, and here, and here, and here. So that's energy hatches. I think so. So I know what I'm doing exactly at this point. Unfortunately, I need to do the applied energistic stuff, so that, and then just work by step on the reactor here, and then up to here, and then over to these two, and then to here, and then over to these two, and the byproduct to here. So I'm gonna need a main or a controller, a drive, which I will just take this one. Perfect. This is really full. That's nuts. Or this is Platline. This isn't my ore. Okay, never mind. That's not that bad then. It's okay. But I need an ME controller, which I don't just have sitting around. Right here. That's not good. Oh, I just need engineering processors and titanium plates. So that's not a big deal. Oh my gosh, I have so much titanium. That's good. I've been out of titanium for a while now, and was starting to become a problem. How do I seriously not have an engineering processor yet already? It says I do. Oh, okay, okay, no. Okay, I'm all good. I'll have it, honestly, I kind of just want to have it under the ground, which I haven't been doing, but I think I just need to. I'll just have it like down here. Good enough as many. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm making good progress today. I went to all the tier 4 planets. I'm working on the Naquadah line right now. And in my blast furnaces, although it's funny because I'm working on Naquadah line, but I'm smelting it the inappropriate, inefficient way right here. Because I just want one set of coils so that I can get draconium. Because once I get draconium, I can upgrade my kinetic wind generators to the next step, because this is actually very easy to get all this except for the draconium, pretty much. and then they'll be a little bit more condensed, and I can make a few. Yeah, how was that? From where you were waiting on your auto miners all the time? Alright. The drive I'll have above ground, though. I'll have that there so I can monitor it. Yeah. I'm starting to realize that power's really gonna start becoming exponential here. It hasn't been that bad yet, but that's why I was like, I really should upgrade my wind rotors again, even though I feel like I've been trying to upgrade power for like days. Alright. Let me also go make some shafts here of this iridium. I shouldn't do that. I won't do that at all, really. Okay, I need maintenance hatches. I don't have like any. Really annoying. You know, I can just briefly kind of recipe this. Do I want to do advanced glue, I guess? Sure. Briefly recipe it. What, bees? Like breeding them? What's the like really annoying part? Is it breeding them or what is the other part really? Like breeding to the genome you need, or is it getting a ton of it and the infrastructure every time for a new bee? I need advanced glue. Alright, dump that. I can just make like 100. Sure. Finding the pristine bee and breeding the bee for the best stat to farm. Yeah. Oh my gosh, can I not craft this? Oh, it's on 4. All good, okay. I didn't know there was... Oh, there is other stats other than just like the pristine. I totally forgot. I remember. Because there's like how long they live and stuff, I think, too, right? That's really annoying. You know what? I was mentioning the like open computers thing where people can like write code and then you can just copy and paste it. I bet someone's made an automatic bee breeding code that will like when it gets a better bee, it will be like, oh, this is my best bee I've gotten. And then like that one needs to keep breeding, you know? Because people have done that with um people have done that with IC2 crop breeding. I'm not saying there is, but I bet there might be. Cuz there's one for IC2. Like just looking at the where is it? I believe it mentions it somewhere in here. That like you can breed it with open crops. Oh yeah. I don't see it. But I think it mentions somewhere in the quest book about like that for IC2. Like, hey, you can just go copy this and build a computer and do it. What's it say in the? Is this open computers? No. It's in here. That doesn't really say anything you can do. Oh yeah. Let me look, cause I'm surprised there wouldn't be something, cause that sounds like you would do that. I found I found something that claims it's it, but then when I click on it, it says site can't be reached. It says it's an open computer Lua script to automate breeding of forestry bees. Requires gendustry, possibly other stuff as well. Why can't maybe GitHub is down or something right now? Oh, GitHub is literally down. No way. Or someone said that 3 hours ago. And 4 hours ago. Is that the super far away thing? That was just one I saw. Oh, okay. Oh, apparently GitHub's down, but when I looked up bees breeding GTNH open computers, and one of the links it gives is open computer Lua script to automate breeding of forestry bees. That's what says requires dentistry. And then there's another one that says bee breeding guidance in form of breeding trees to add a little bit of support to help you breed the bees you want to have, whatever that means. Because then you can just like change the code in game to get you whatever you want. You should check that out when it comes up, because if I had to do IC2, I would literally do open computers just to breed it. The open computers tab's this SFM and computers tab, and you just got to get to this quest, this your first computer quest here, and it's cheap because like you can do all this stuff in like medium voltage, I think. And then once you get it, it's a computer in game, and you can code it to do whatever you want at all. And it can auto breed IC2, auto breed bees apparently, but you can just copy what people have done online and use them. So okay. Anyway, if I remember, I'll look next stream when you join and see if I can see it, because that sounds really cool. If you could auto breed them. Okay. What am I doing? If I have to do bees, which I will at some point probably, I'll do that for sure. So because I have absolutely no bee infrastructure at all, I have to start from scratch, you know. I don't have anything. Okay. Okay, I need P2P. Flux cable. I need anchors. Dense cable, which I'm low on. Oh, that's annoying to make too. But anyway. Oh, I need quartz fiber as well. Right there, I can just do that. I actually have a terminal right here. I can grab some quartz fiber. Okay, which one's my main line? That's what this terminal's on. So it's also this one. Or I shouldn't even be doing this. Never mind. Okay. Because I gotta do a P2P all the way over here anyway, so I might as well just power it off of that. Alright, cool. I can anchor it. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. Such a mess. But whatever. Okay. Here is my peer-to-peer for my main line. I need to power it, but then I'm good. This here should be my main line. Yep. I could just bring the quartz fiber over, and there we go. This is hooked up to power. So then this is actually good to power this one too. Right here. There we go. Okay. Then I also need to link the P2Ps. It was this one. Loaded, so it's online. It says it's 331 at the end. This says 331 at the end, so they're linked, powered. This has power. It needs a battery on it, so it has some constant power though. Energy cell is what it's called. I do not have an energy cell. I will just make one. Applied energistics. Energy cell. Just to be safe. There we go. Alright. Alright. We're looking good. Yeah. Can I make some maintenance hatches real quick? Might as well use the refined glue for this. Do I have an assembler on too? That's the bigger problem. I think no. Yeah. Okay, well then I will change this. Just so I can. Maintenance hatch. Give me a bunch, please. So tired of not having them. Okay. What now? I need cells. I need storage cells for my new subnet. I need probably tanks. These super tanks here. I guess, yeah. Put them somewhere like here. Gonna grab whatever maintenance hatches are done, which is most of them. 25, there we go, that's a little bit better. 27 actually. Let's get those placed. This one will be here. Here and here. And then here. That's maintenance hatches. Do these need a muffler? I don't think so, right? Yeah, no. Let me grab the ether I have right there. And that will be in this input hatch here. That's where it goes. I also want to lock. I don't need to lock that one, but why not? Ether will go to there. Can go over here for some pipes real quick. Okay. So there's my ether, recycles back in, and that's technically where I get it from. Okay. So maybe start working down the line now. So I got my ether, now I need to combine antimony and chlorine. Those both need sent in from the line. And that's again is antimony and chlorine. Can put an input bus here and an output an input hatch here too. And then hey, the antimony goes in there, and hey, the chlorine goes into here. That's everything I need to run the first step. Let me also set it to 1. Okay, now the first step can run, yay. Then I get out this antimony trichloride solution. I need to send it back into itself. So we're going to go here and have an input hatch and an output hatch here. Face them towards each other. On the output, I put in the antimony trichloride solution locked like so. Now when that gets made, it gets sent to this output and then moves immediately to the input, which it can mix with the chlorine that gets input on the other side to make antimony pentachloride. The antimony pentachloride needs to go up into the distillation tower. So for that, yeah, here I already have an output hatch going into the input hatch up there. So the antimony pentachloride solution will immediately go into the distillation tower where it can be made into ether, which then goes back down immediately, and antimony pentachloride, which the antimony pentachloride will come out right here. There we go. And then that's ready to get sent into my applied energistic system. So this is supposedly an incomplete structure. I think distillation towers need a muffler, even though I just looked and I don't have one. Or what else am I freaking missing? Oh, an input hatch. Alright. Okay. The useless input hatch. That has no point but to be in there, so it's not a incomplete structure. Still incomplete structure. What am I doing wrong? Do I need an output hatch too? No. What am I doing wrong? Maintenance, input hatch, output hatch, output hatch. Oh, I think I know what my problem is. Nope. Any casing except top center. I don't know what the problem is. Do I need an output bus? It's only this hatch is messed up. Oh, that's why. Okay. And now we're good, right? Okay. Okay. I had accidentally filled in the middle with a block, and so it thought that it was only too high. What I was building was only too high and was very confused. Okay. Cool. Alright, that can run then. And should give me everything I want. I would like a 2 amp diode right here. Diode. Sweet. Then right here. Okay, push it out. Cool. Go up here. Meet it. There we go. These each get 2 amps. They should be good to go. I just gotta repair this. Cool. Did it just instantly like finish itself? I guess so. Yeah, I did it. Like this was instant. Um. Okay, so this just. Oh, it's 4 times the speed, not 2 times. I forgot totally. Oh my god. Yeah, so this was like instant, and then there was no chlorine left to turn it up. That is funny. Let me grab some more chlorine. Alright, there we go. It's making both now. When it makes that pentachloride stuff, it should be going here into here, which it is. And then this can run and hear them. Yep. If there's maintenance issues, both of these are going to turn off. Because they're both exactly it. Or no, just one will, because they're... Never mind, but they're very high in U per tick. Annoyingly. Alright. That's gonna be all the chlorine you get. I need some applied energistic stuff now, so I need exports, I need imports. I can wait on that. So exporting to here is chlorine. That should be, yeah, that is a fluid export. Okay, and then exporting to here is antimony. And then I will be importing you. And then that's just gonna be on my main thing, and then that's all that these do. So these are done already. That quick. Now obviously there's nowhere to actually store this right now. But I'll get that soon. This actually has way too much storage, right? Yeah, I like never filled up these, so I'm just gonna steal a fluid cell here. And there we go. Now I'm collecting antimony pentachloride and my fluid cell right here. Sweet. Man, these storms are crazy outside. Alright. Now I'm going to send that antimony pentachloride, combine it with some hydrofluoric acid, to get out all this stuff. And then I will put it into another one with some hydrofluoric acid to get this out. Okay. So this will be like an in and an out, and then this is where my thing are gonna go. They can share an input hatch here. Let me get the wire set up first. That's done. And then this needs another input hatch here. You're done with the Alvarez. Let me see what you just crafted. I'll tell you if that was impressive or not. Well, I don't even know. Not this thing, right? Yeah, no. Are they just like single block things? Oh, it's these industrial apiaries, isn't it? Or no? I don't think so, actually. I don't know what the hell they are. Okay, I can't tell you if it's impressive or not, because I literally have no idea anything about bees. I can't even tell you. It is a multi-block. Well, I can't find it. I'll look for like 2 more seconds and I'm giving up. Oh, it doesn't even have a tab in the B tab, man, really? Oh, okay. Oh, and this, I completely ignored this one. I don't know what it is, man. This one? Or, I'm not talking about this one. I don't know which one. Because I'm clicking on too much shit. Probably this thing. Okay, probably this thing, because this looks annoying. Oh my god. Does it have a thing in any eye or no? Oh, it doesn't have a thing in any eye. It's just these 27 to form a 3x3x3. And then you put that on top. Gotcha. So you made 16 of these 3x3x3 things? Nice. How many of these you have in total then? Like 100, over 100? I get out of my base under. Oh, I just have no idea. I guess I don't know anything about bees at all, so that's funny. I just don't know. Wow. Yeah, that's insane. Pentachloride needs to go in here. I was gonna tell you, but I can't find it. There was some quest somewhere that said you need to visit the tier 4 planets to get some kind of bees. I don't remember what bee it was. I don't remember. I don't know. What was he? Oh, you actually are in a complete structure. That's not how I like to do it. Do it like this. Okay, now they're fine. Alright. Okay. Go back up here. I have a bunch of antimony pentachloride in here. There is no hydrofluoric acid here at all. I need some. I need a waypoint at the other end of my base now. It's getting too big. Oh, this isn't claimed. Well, good, I remember that. You know what I realized? I forgot. I can scroll over to it. When I left that... Oh my god. And I just realized I think I'm fine anyway. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. You can't scroll on this map. No, I'm not fine. I didn't unchunk load it. I didn't unchunk load my first ore thing. I totally forgot. What, the first place where I set up that ore, automatic ore miner. I forgot to unchunk load it. It's probably going to be a recurring problem, and I'll just have chunks loaded on Venus and all kinds of dimensions. Okay, it's around here, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I flew all the way over here, unchunk load it, all done. Okay. Fixed. Fill that up with hydrofluoric acid. This is ready to go down here then. It does need to be on one. I think they both actually do, so I'm just gonna just put an input bus like right here. Just do it there. Not enough fluid output space because you do not even have a thing on you, do you? You need to put antimony pentafluoride straight up, where it will then, right, where it's then good. Then you're gonna output over here. Or here rather, because it's a little bit closer. And then you need an extra output for hydrochloric acid. And we should be good to go here. Power loss immediately and deleted some stuff. Awesome. How the heck? Oh my god, I didn't even connect it. That'd be why. Okay. Super. Do I have tungsten steel? Literally none right now. Awesome. I can probably take the small pipes and no, I can't. Yes, I can on the arc furnace right there. So let me take these. Okay. Actually, I didn't delete anything. I didn't delete the other, actually, so that's okay. I only deleted, like, hydrochloric acid or something. Or not that, but everything I deleted wasn't not reproducible, actually, so never mind. I don't need to forget about it. Oh, that's gonna take 71 seconds. Okay. And now I have some oxygen I can't get rid of. All right, here. There you go. Okay. Just need some superconductor wires, man. I'm out of tungsten steel because I need to upgrade the energy hatches on my vacuum freezers. And my vacuum freezers have like 2,000 ingots right now to cool. Something ridiculous. Okay. And all my tungsten steel is way down in there. I don't even think there's a lot of tungsten steel in there, but even if I wanted some more, I couldn't get it right now, ultimately. Because all my blast furnaces are working on making some Naquadah nuggets so that I can get a ton of coils. Or just 16 coils. Alright, one more batch and I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Can I get another diode? Yes. Stupid, stupid problem. Alright. There we go. It has some power. Can run it. It goes up into here. This has some power. This takes forever. Oh, I voided like all my hydrofluoric acid, I think, here. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I did. And a lot of this then, too. Oh well. Cool. So I'm getting a lot of hydrochloric acid out. Gonna fluid import that. And then fluid import this fluoroantimonic stuff. Pull that in. Cool, that's those steps done. So these are mostly cyclical. The antimony I completely get back. And then this gets chlorine, which I completely get back in this step. So this step right here is completely renewable. The only thing that goes into this is electricity. And then this, I believe, theoretically is as well. I'm pretty sure. So that's good. I feel like this game makes me absolutely insane sometimes. I need a centrifuge. Okay. Okay. I'm out of Mirage and Steel 250, which is the bad thing to be out of. What is E2E? What do you mean E2E? And blast furnace those. Oh boy. Oh. Sort stacks. I don't. Yeah, I get it. I don't. Um, I feel like a lot of people kind of do. Um, I feel like a lot of people probably do. I had an idea earlier for kind of doing a semi-automation zone where I'll just look at my network and see if I don't have. Yeah, but that's not really automatic. It sounds like you do it way above and beyond, though, if you were saying that you had like 32 million and stuff. You had something insane. Was it? What was that steel that you said you had like 8 million of actually? It's nuts. I'm gonna be back in like 60 seconds. I'm gonna go get another something to drink. I was just gonna drink real quick. I just got back. Some more water. And I almost knocked it over. Hey, isn't it late for you? Isn't it like 4 a.m. or something for you? What are you doing snacking at 4 a.m., man? Okay, I need this stupid steel and all my blast furnaces are taken up. Or I fixed that. I already did that. I asked what was it you had like 8 million of? Wasn't it like steel? Didn't you say you had 8 million steel, I think? That's absurd. I don't really feel like you need that much until like in that quantity until like oh it is. I don't think you need that much probably until like one of these later tiers. Oh, copper. I mean, there's no problem with having that much. Like that's great. But oh, okay. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I've seen like if you go on the wiki and like look at like the Stargate graphs, it breaks it down like what you need exactly for the entire Stargate. That's Aya Harmony. I'm not even gonna start to look at this stuff. It's so cool though. What is it? A tesseract? Oh, look how cool that looks. Oh, that looks cool. Spinning on the left. Anyway, I feel like 8 million of anything is like you don't need that until you're super far in. And by that point, you'll have some crazy thing to just get it within a couple hours. But what do I know? I don't know for sure. Okay, I want that Miraging Steel like now. Okay, really? There we go. Please, one of you just take them. There you go. I wish I had stuff like that though. I really want to set up steel and something and just have it automatically coming to me. That would be so good. Well, that's true. Then you can stay up all night. Yeah. Hell yeah. Mm. Okay, should I have my Miraging Steel? I actually might not have enough. Seriously. That's so annoying having my blast furnaces completely occupied. Isn't the blast furnace the next step anyway? I don't even have to be doing this right now. The next step's my blast furnace. And I'm looking at Stargate in the things. Okay. Yeah, I got this fluoroantimonic acid. Great. Okay, I really need a ton more hydrofluoric acid to be dumped in here, though. What part? Like for bees? I'll dump all of it. Oh my god. Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. This step is really slow. That needs to be faster. That sucks. That might have to get bumped up. Oh yeah. Diamantine tube. Oh yeah, that's annoying. Oh, I've seen this lump of you can get it from Lump of Electronics. There you go, and you get that from like some bee, because I'd seen that. Wow, that's a really bad rate though. Alright. Put power. And then... Actually, I probably want power over 1 for these. Cause this blast furnace would be annoying to set up. Alright. So the blast furnace needs a liquid, and then that's where my NOM comes in. That's the first step for it. Then the titanium, I want to push back into the blast furnace. Get some hot titanium ingots out. Oh, I don't have a way to cool them though. I guess I'll send them into my main network and then cool it from there. I'll just have to be what I do, I guess. So I want a fluid in. Input. Oh, this might not work great. Then I need an output into an input. And this doesn't sound like this is gonna work great. Um, export. Start with this. And then a fluid export. I don't have any. Okay. Well, this is the NOM. Alrighty. I should check. What does this say? I should just check it. Oh, 0 to 15 heat proof. Okay. Machine casing. But then the input bus and output bus have to be bottom layers. The only thing that can be the top is an output hatch. So I'll make it a top, but it's unfortunate. I need another output hatch down here, man. You know what? I can move these two and move the maintenance here. And then do like an input, output like that. And then this is gonna have to be an output, and then I'm gonna just have to move this cable over like that, but that's okay. Alright. Oh, I could have just turned it like that. That's okay. Very complicated stuff right now still. I need a fluid export, I need a fluid import. I don't have them. Or a item import, I mean. Oh, over here. Okay. Fluid export. Or item import. This is where my NOM goes in. And then for the fluid export, it's going to be this acid. Meanwhile, this needs to go to my main line. Okay. Okay. So I get my Naquadah oxide mixture dust in here. Don't need to limit the assertion because I want all of it in there I can get. It's going to mix with this. I'm going to put it in on 1. It's going to mix with this. I get out titanium trifluoride and this low quality Naquadah emission. Fluid import on both of those, and then that connects down to my sub network. Technically, I only need one, actually. I'd rather have two. And then this output bus here needs that. No. This output bus needs that. It will go back into itself, where it will become a hot titanium ingot over here. And then I'm actually going to tear this off so I can make sure that that works good the first time I witness this. And then I think this is good. It just needs coils and a muffler I don't have for it. And then coil wise, I have HSSG, that works fine enough. This doesn't need to, this just has to be nichrome minimum, so this works totally fine and this hardly runs. And this is not a thing that will be limiting me. I grabbed too much and I forgot my heat or blast resist, or was it heat resistant? Proof casing. Heat proof casing. And I think I'm good, and that should be structure. Yes. And my wrench broke. Or, not my wrench, my screwdriver. Uh... Tungsten rods seem to be really good, so why not do that? Sure. Is there not like a way to copy and paste the stuff that you're doing right now? Because I saw that you can do something with the matter, not the matter manipulator, but applied energistics. Although I doubt it works perfect, so. There's these spatial store. No, that moves things. That just moves things. Never mind. I don't know. I thought there was a way. I think it's the matter manipulator. An LuV. Okay, yeah. It says the LuV matter manipulator can copy and paste, copy a selection of blocks and paste as many times as you like. Works best with GregTech and applied energistics. And you can also move stuff. And then it gives a list of everything it can move, but what you're doing right now might not work perfectly. But it says it like copies applied energistics stuff here at least and stuff too. I mean, even if it just generally copy and paste it, it might help. Alright. Oh my god, why did I do that? I knew I hadn't powered it, I just forgot. It's like the third freaking time I've done that. Just keep deleting stuff. What do you mean free stuff? I don't know what you mean. What do I need for the first step? I don't remember. Chlorine. And then hydrochloric acid. Hydrofluoric, I mean. Oh, it's full. And I grab sodium persulfate. Need another diode. Let me craft that. Diode, man. Oh my gosh, I don't have aluminum cable. Please. Okay. Now it has power. Okay. Now this has power. It can run. It has Nac in it. It has this in it. Now we're good. Mute it. Alright, every 3 seconds, it's actually running it twice. And then it should run again. I don't have hydrogen. Right. And there's just a skeleton making all the noise it can make. I have to put in hydrogen and then I get out hydrofluoric acid. You can see I printed a lot of hydrochloric acid as a byproduct, technically. I think I can just electrolyze it and then use that chlorine for what I want to need it for, and then put the hydrogen into here, which also gets me back hydrofluoric acid that I also need. Okay. Input hatch and an input bus. Nope. All my sodium hydroxide I don't have needs to go into there. And then in here goes that. And actually, I changed my mind. Do that instead. Do an input bus here. Sodium hydroxide and low quality emulsion. There we go. That's good to go. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to have a muffler and it does not. You should be good. Yep. You don't have anywhere to output. True. Oh my god. Okay. I need an output. Bus and an output hatch. I mean, it should just be good then. Yep, it makes what it can make, and then we need an import. We need an import. Good. And I can't import those because I don't have any fluid storage actually. This needs to be a quad hatch. I hate how messy my inventory gets when I'm doing this. It's the worst part. Okay. And I need a capacity card. Which I don't have. Okay, I can only make one. Sweet. This input hatch, it ran? Oh, it ran. Well, this needs to be a quad hatch. And then upgrade this with capacity card, and then I'm adding hydrogen into it. Okay. I need cells. It has no storage. Okay, I'll just take that one. We'll take 2. There, and hopefully that's enough. Okay. Load those in. Sweet. Now, my only problem is my only problem is I don't have hydro, or I mean, I have all this hydrochloric acid with nowhere to go. I need to electrolyze it. Um, 36 seconds. I mean, I should be able to get by with just one electrolyzer and be fine. Oh, I'm really low on HV circuits. Interesting. Alright, I got that. And then a transformer. And a silver cable. Okay. Where to make this? I need Ender IO, I forgot. Ender IO, and I need some cells. I'll just build it under the base somewhere random. What the hell? Why not? Right here. Perfect. This takes in an amp of EV. Perfect. There we go. We're slipping that down. Perfect. Okay. And then item conduits here. Alright. Cells in here. We're gonna export and then import and import. Just doing that should be good. And then and there's hydrochloric acid. Oh, that's the face of it technically. Set it to 1 or whatever, it don't matter. Alright, so it takes 9 seconds to process 1. Make some chlorine, it gets put in. Over here it gets taken. We're all good. So there's my electrolyzer to make hydrogen. And get the chlorine back. You can see the hydrogen's going into here. When I get 4,000 here in a second, this should turn on. Should turn on. Okay, it just wasn't even turned on. That was the problem. Okay. Oh, this isn't turned on 1 either. Now it should be good. Sweet. Okay, we get out the hydrofluoric acid and hot titanium ingots. Hot titanium ingots go into here, and then I can import them into my main network. Cool. So that is recycling some of my hydrofluoric acid. Then I think a lot of the chlorine, right? Now, so with the chlorine, I can do these first 2 steps. So this is the step I should be getting stuck on. So now if I leave it, it should get some good stuff. I want some more antimony in here for sure. Cool. Sweet. Alright, I'm done with those. Did I ever turn this on? I did, right? 1 emulsion. This should be solution. Yep. Alright. So now I got this here, and I'm ready. This is my next step I have to do. So I'm going to put it into a chemical reactor. I get this. It has to go into a neutron activator. Don't have that. That's a huge problem and will take very long to get. But I'll get this. I'll get this fluorine-rich waste liquid, which is complicated. Yeah. See, the fluorine mostly cycles here, but the thing is, I don't get everything back until this last step. I don't get this P507 or P507 back. This is completely recycled, but I don't get it back until that final step. So then I would have to mass produce it for now, or just wait until I get the neutron. So I'm gonna have to wait until I get that. So there's not much of a point of continuing the line. So I can kind of just stop it here until I get that neutron activator. But that's the first, kind of half, a little bit under half of NASDAQ or Naquadah line done. NASDAQ. Naquadah line done. Oh, this gives me some sodium hydroxide too. Alright, well, I'm done with that for the time being. That's okay. How's my platinum? Oh, 10k platinum. That's the most I've had. Yep, so that's good. Craft some platinum. Naquadah ingots. So I need those to get one blast furnace. And I'm getting pretty close to being done with them, luckily. Gosh, this is still going. That's a good new way to get titanium, though, is just from Naquadah. And you get it for every 2 of the oxide mixture, you get 1 titanium ingot, and that's really good byproduct. Why am I not getting more epoxy? Actually, I actually don't know why. Oh, I'm full on biodiesel. Is that really the problem? That doesn't seem like the problem, actually. What is the problem here? I guess the problem is my epichlorophene. Nice. There's no glycerol. I get glycerol from this biodiesel stuff. It's just because I'm full on biodiesel. And I said biodiesel. I mean, I cannot talk half the time, man. Oh my gosh, I have nothing to do with biodiesel though. I don't care. You have all the oil. Nice. I've never touched oil. Ever. And I do not want to start anytime soon. Scary. I'm just gonna steal some chests. Or tanks, I mean. Add to my biodiesel collection. Okay. And then with some room in here, I can make the glycerol. And I can get some more epoxide coming out. Because I completely changed how this works, I can break that. So I get some epoxide too. Or silicone rubber. Okay. All done. With that, can't do the next step yet. Okay. And my power has continued to go down and down and down. Wow. Alright, what do I do with these nuggets? I figure it out. Don't I put them into an alloy smelter is the best thing? Alloy smelter with an ingot mold. Yep. And then I'm gonna grab all the nuggets I have of Naquadah. Let me take those back to my old base. Get them going into ingots. Do I have an alloy smelter here? No. Sweet. You have a conveyor on you. And your item output downwards. Cool. That's gonna give me my Naquadah ingots right there. Okay. Alright, I have that going. So again, to finish the Naquadah line, I need whatever this neutron activator thing is that sounds very complicated and annoying to work. But to make that, I need the precise assembler, which is its own multi-block. And to make the precise assembler, I need a ton of stuff. Glass, I have it. Tungsten steel's basically cheap. basically free. I need machine casings that are IV at least, although I literally think I'll use LuV ones. It doesn't really matter. But then I need a ton of these, which is a ton of LuV machine casings, a ton of EV circuits. Osmiridium, EV circuits, ruthenium, platinum gear. However you make this. Has to be in the ABS. Oh, it's like a blast furnace recipe in the ABS. That's interesting. So I need EV circuits in great quantities. I was kind of preparing for that. So I have a lot of the stuff I need. Oh, on how to get diesel. And then yeah, I'll just go forward with this. That looks good. I have never touched oil, diesel, anything. So I'm probably one of the worst persons to ask, actually. Oh. I don't know. Mix it with plant balls to get raw biofiber, to get this bioorganic mesh, to get carbon mesh in a blast furnace. It's easy carbon mesh. There you go. Or even carbon plates. Wow. I have no idea. Turn it on to kerosene because that's rocket fuel, and then burn the RP1 or turn it into RP1 rocket fuel in the chemical plant with just some oxygen, and then you can burn it in a rocket engine to get some pretty, or I guess that's fine power. There you go. What a great idea. That's actually, you just go straight to it. Yeah, you just distill it straight into kerosene, distill it straight into RP1. What was jet fuel? Well, jet fuel's even better. I don't know. I'm the worst person to ask about anything like that. I have all this freaking biodiesel I was just looking at because it was making my epoxid thing stall. It's still at my old base set up over here. So now I just have an array of super tanks to collect biodiesel. I have absolutely no use for it all in the world. What the hell do I even do with this, man? Make raw biofiber. Yeah. I wanted to do uh, seed oil stuff. Oh, yeah. I wanted to do like biodiesel the whole time I've been playing, so I haven't done anything with oil. And I've gone to the rocket because you need like some kind of diesel for the tier 1 and tier 2s, I guess. And for like for a lot of the crafts you need diesel and like a cell. And I just use diesel I get from quests. So I haven't even got like any myself, it's all from quests. Okay, that's what I want to see there. I'm making the circuits I can make. Alright, good night, man. Have a good night. That was when my first days in like low voltage when I was really getting into it. It was like back to back, looking down at the time and being like, no way, it's this late already. I'd love this mod. I'll see ya. Yeah, good morning. For you. Well, for me, it's mid-afternoon. Almost nighttime. But have a good night, man. What do I do right now? I don't know what to do right now. I guess I need robot arms that are EV, so I probably need EV motors. A bunch. Yeah, I can craft that. I crafted a ton of HV motors earlier. Let me take all these out, except for some. Set those aside for my windmills. Wow, those require EV circuits too. Yeah. Guess I have a lot of crafts left until I really start getting quantum processors, or the EV circuits. Am I still mining? I haven't even looked at my general ore processing in a long time. I'm still mining. lots of stuff. Sweet. Purified tungsten dust. What all do I have in here still? Oh my gosh, I still have so much purified stuff to go through. That is just nuts. Oh my gosh, dude, these are different ones. Oh my god, I really need like two of these or something. It's just the Naquadah takes forever in there and it really slows down on this step. Okay. I also really need a radon loop. You can see here with uranium 238 and then just putting in air. You can take plutonium, turn it from an ingot to dust, and get 800 radon from just your one uranium 238. And then this plutonium, you can just literally smelt it. Like normal smelt it. And for uranium 238, I have a ton. So what was that? 17,000. 17,000 times 800. What is that? 13 million radon. Sitting right there, technically. So I probably need that for radon. Or no, I gotta do that for radon. It's really the only best thing I can do. How am I down here? 570. Oh, my vacuum fixtures are finally almost done. Okay, HSS. So I want 18. Because that's how many I need. Melted down to make these Naquadah. Oh shoot, I can make those, right? I'm pretty sure I could when I looked at them, but it's an LuV assembler. Shoot. That just means a little bit more work for me, but I can do it. There's my molten HSS though I need for that. I knew I didn't turn back on fluid auto output. I'm on oxygen and hydrogen because I've been doing that non-stop. Hydrogen's fine, oxygen's or really good, I mean. Salt water's good. Gas tiers. Do I have my infused gold? I do have my infused gold out. So this is nuts because I can take this and centrifuge it for Salus Mundus. I have to add mercury, but then I get out gold, and possibly 2 Salus Mundus. A very high chance. So this is nuts, Salus Mundus. Is this the only thing? Yeah, this is the only recipe that uses mercury in the centrifuge. What is this? Ford Salis Mund. No. Look, 4 Salis Mundus to make 4 of these blocks. 1 block to make 3, so 4 Salis Mundus to make 12. Right? 4 Salis Mundus to make 12 of these. 4 Salis Mundus to make 12 of these. So 12 of these. And the first 33% chance means I bet this works out perfectly. And there's 12. That means that means you'd get 4 Salis Mundus back. This is a Salis Mundus duplication then. Duplication method. You put Salis Mundus in with mossy cobblestone and a mixed crystal cluster, so there's resources that go into this. And then the crusted stone you combine with glowstone, nitor, and then these elements too. So there's resources that go into this. And then you centrifuge it. You get, theoretically, you get all your Salis Mundus back from this step. 12 glowstone, and then extra Salis Mundus from these two. You should get 1 piece, like 0.1 or something. Do you get, yeah, you get all your glowstone back, don't you? You almost get all your glowstone back. Kinda infinite Salis Mundus glitch, I don't know. Anyway, I don't care. What else do you do with this infused gold? Chemical reactor to get some thaumium. That's actually kind of useful. I want some just for that. Apparently to get netherite. But I just want... where's my mercury, man? Up there. I just want some Salis Mundus, and this is screaming at me saying, I got some Salis Mundus for you. Now, that's my only input hatch. Can I just throw it into this one? Nope. There we go. So this one processed 9. So I should be seeing... Or no, this processed 18, so I should be seeing 36 Salis Mundus if I get a perfect. Every single one of them gives me some. So it's not quite that, but I'm getting a lot of Salis Mundus, so... Nice. I hate getting Salis Mundus, which is why this is so nice for me. So nice. It's my least favorite thing to get in this game that I've come across. It's been that way for a long time, which is what's really crazy. Okay. Alright, I think I'm about done. So I get all my chlorine back, all my other, and all my antimony. So the only thing I'm not sure about is my fluorine, but apparently I get it all back. So I don't know about the hydro part of my fluoric acid, but the fluoric I get. I love that this is going right now though. It's cool. It's good. Man, my wind has been at like full capacity for a while. It's pretty crazy. It's been giving me high numbers for a while now. Right now it's actually producing less than 2 amps, but because the buffer is higher, I'm still getting a lot out. Oh, now it should be lower though, because the top ones are out of the buffer. That doesn't really change. I don't know. I'm gonna have to cool it with my blast furnaces for a while though. I got all that iridium though. Okay, I think that's about gonna wrap it up for today. I'm breaking these signs, I don't need these anymore. They're talking about getting 33,000 EU. Like I care about that anymore. I would maybe care about this. What do I need the MARCE? That's not that far. The only thing I can't get is the CE right now. But if I just did monoline, I could get that. Because if I do monazite line a little bit, I can get this MARCE M200, which is a better turbine. And then with divide that by 4, you know, so with about 5 turbines with those upgraded ones on loose, I would get about 600 KU per tick. About 100 of that would fuel my nitrobenzene setup, but then I would be getting about 500 KU per tick, I think. I think that's kind of starting to become within reason for something I might want here. Starting to. What was my like big problems? Just need a bunch of LCRs, need a bunch of sulfur, need electrolyzers. Yeah, it's nothing crazy left to do over there. Need like auto repair system thing, but I can figure that out. Well, alright, I'm all done. That was a good productive day. Got 95 of these ingots. I need 8 times 18. 8 times 18. I need 144 and I got 95. I have 10 in here. That I have had in there. Oh, I just completed the Naqline on accident. Wow, I did it. Oh, there's 2 Fortune 3 loot bags. You know what, I'll save that for tomorrow. Well, I completed the Naqline because I held 64 of the ingots. But, yeah. Oh, these are automatically marked as complete here too. Well, I completed the Naqline. Yay. Just look at the quest book, I did it. Got 800 Salesmanus, that is really good. What was the other thing I was gonna look up? Oh, my EV circuits, how they done? Oh, they're gonna be stuck in limbo for a while. I really need to be watching my power here, too. If they stop producing as much as they were, I'm gonna be struggling for a bit. How much more I got? I'm actually like 25% left now. So I lost about 10% each 25%, so I should go down to 10% power around. And then be done with the Naquadah. But okay, I'll be back tomorrow. Let's see what I can get done tomorrow, so. Alright, that's it for today.